What is up? Check this out here. All right. What's up, guys? Dom here, one half of Death by Confetti. Hate having to say that because that means my wife Vanessa isn't in the video here with me, but do what you gotta do. We've got pretty opposite schedules, so it is what it is. Just before we start off this video, I just wanted to mention that last week we posted a video where you can win a print. Big ass print. I should have actually brought it here to show you guys. I'll flash it on the screen right here and link the video up here. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel and comment on that video. You can comment anything at all, and that gets you a chance to enter the contest. We'll be choosing the winner in next week's video, so keep an eye out for that. And without further ado, let's get on with this video. All right, so to be honest, today I had no idea what I wanted to do as a video, but I was going through my Panda Planner right here, and because it's the start of the month, I was planning out my month and then this week in general and kind of scheduling things out and doing a bit of a retrospect on all of that. And it got me thinking that I actually did a video about changing some of my habits and things that I wanted to change about myself to be, I don't know, just like in a better mood, be more productive, just to live kind of a better life going forward. And I wanted to get back to you guys about how it's been going so far. So this is gonna be kind of different. I'm not really used to talking non-stop to the camera. I'll probably be leaving some outtakes in there, stuff that I would have normally edited in another video, but this is completely unscripted. I didn't really give too much thought into this video, so we're just gonna go and do this video and see where this goes. So a month ago, I started this Panda Planner, and this thing has literally changed so much stuff for me in terms of getting stuff done and just kind of appreciating a lot of things that I don't think I was necessarily taking the time to appreciate. So the gist of this thing is basically you can find a whole bunch of different versions of these on on Etsy, where you can print them yourselves, or you can probably find some for free as well. But basically this planner is like it's an agenda, but it has no dates in it, so you're not stuck to like, oh, this is 2020. Like, it doesn't matter. You can start it whenever, and you put in the dates yourself. And the gist of it is that it's set up into 3 different kind of sections. So there's the monthly section, and then a weekly section, and then a day by day section. And this really, at the very core, just makes you kind of plan out big picture stuff and more broader projects and things you want to work on for the entire month as you write down all your stuff for the beginning of the month, and then everything kind of trickles down from there. So once you get to planning your week, you can look back on your month and kind of see what were the goals you gave yourself and what are the different tasks you could start tackling to make sure you're getting onto those monthly goals as well. And then once you're planning out your daily sheet, it's the same thing again, except you kind of go back to your weekly schedule and try to figure out where to place things. This has been changing a lot for me just in terms of productivity, just because I never really had a way to keep track of the things I wanted to do. I've been really big on to-do lists and things of the sort throughout the years. I've had numerous different apps to try and keep track of different projects and things I had to do. And while they always kind of worked at first, I always ended up kind of abandoning them because I didn't really have a reason to necessarily go back to them, and only actually went to these lists when I sat down and told myself, okay, today I'm gonna get stuff done, right? Whereas this kind of thing, it forces you to write things in it at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day as well. So you're constantly kind of reminded, and it holds you kind of accountable for the things that you're doing or not doing. And it's not a matter of feeling bad about yourself if you don't get something done, but at least it doesn't just get put on the side and forgotten about. Whereas, okay, I didn't do this today, but it doesn't really matter. I can just schedule it for tomorrow now. For me, it's been a really simple way of tracking down the things that I actually want to do and start to get done, and a way for me to actually act upon them. The other thing that I really enjoy about this book is the fact that there's more than just planning to it. So every month, week, and every day, it asks you a few different questions in regards to what you're grateful about, what's a focus you want to work on, what were some of the wins of the day or week or month. And then at the end of the day, kind of like today's wins, how I'll improve. It's been making me reflect upon things in specifically certain areas of my life that I kind of never really put too much thought into. A really big thing for me is, the whole reason I'm doing this whole book thing was for productivity's sake. It wasn't for anything else. It wasn't for making myself have more time to do other things necessarily, or see the people I love or anything like that. It was strictly productivity based. I just wanted to get more stuff done, and what this book is making me realize is that it's not necessarily that I have to make more time for certain things, although that is something that I've been going through, but it's more so making me appreciate some of the moments that I never really took the time to think about and actually appreciate. The example I kind of always bring up is I was going to see my family on the weekend, let's say, and I don't get to see my family all that often, so when I do get to see them, I'm super stoked about it. I'm really happy to see my family. Same goes with like seeing friends and stuff like that, but I'm not one to necessarily be lonely in life. Like I don't it's not that I don't need other people. Like I really appreciate other people's presence and stuff, but it's not like something I'm seeking. It's not something that I'm constantly thinking about. I'm more so thinking about things like projects I could work on. Like that's where my mind is usually at. And asking myself these questions every single day has kind of opened me up to thinking like, oh, like, I don't know, there's a question that says, what are you excited about? Like, what's coming up that you're excited about? And then it makes me stop to think, and sometimes I really have to think hard about it, but then I end up realizing, I'm like, well, I'm seeing my family this weekend, and I'm really excited about that. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of become my therapist a bit, I guess. Like, it's making me realize things and take the time to take in certain emotions that I wasn't really taking the time to consider beforehand. So that's really like a big thing for me. And yes, it's been making me realize my lack of me time, if you will, and family and friend time as well. So as stupid as it sounds, I can plan it out now. Like at the beginning of my week, I say, hey, like I write it down. It's like, I want to hang out with these people. Like these are people I value, and I haven't seen them in a while, and I really wish I could see them this week. So I write it down, and then once I'm planning my days out and stuff, it'll make me kind of go back to it another time. Like I'll be looking at my week and I'll be, oh, okay, I want to see Chris and Andy this week. So cool. Like I'll write them a message and see when they're available. And then once I do schedule something with them eventually, then I can put it down in my planner and kind of block that time out for hanging out with these people. I'm really terrible at like last minute plans and stuff. So if someone hits me up like, hey, do you want to do something like now? I'm usually already doing something or in a certain mindset where I'm not doing anything, but I just don't feel like seeing people. Whereas like when I plan it out beforehand, if I actually had the thought process of being like, hey, like I really want to see these people, then when that time does come around, then I'm usually a lot more stoked to see these people than if it was something kind of out of the blue. So that's been a really huge thing for me. I'm like realizing as I'm babbling on that I don't know if this is gonna interest anyone at all, but I've been wanting to talk to camera more and more and try to get just comfortable in front of camera and be able to do a bit more like one take stuff and non-scripted stuff and not be shy in front of the camera. Because when I do these sit downs, I usually go over scripts and scripts and scripts and takes, and it takes me forever to do it, and I'm kind of tired of that. I don't know. It's weird because we don't really have much of a following, so whoever's watching this, I don't feel like I'm talking to like 10,000 people, so that's not what the awkwardness is. It's kind of like, I don't know, I guess you guys are acting as my therapist. I get to share my thoughts with you guys. I don't know. Another huge part of this whole planner thing is working on developing habits and stuff, and that's something I talked about in my previous video about the subject, and it's really been a slow process, which is exactly how I envisioned it and how I wanted this thing to go. But Basically, I have been slowly integrating different habits, more so around routines. So in the morning and at night, kind of avoiding certain distractions and getting certain specific things done in the morning or at night before going to bed. It mostly revolves around the morning and actually getting out of bed, whereas I used to be able to lie in bed and scroll my Instagram feed for an hour before actually getting out of it, and now my cell phone is in the other room. So when my alarm goes off, I have to get up to turn off my alarm, and at that point I'm already up, so I'm pretty much not going back to bed, and it's kind of a reminder at the same time. It's like, hey, I'm doing this because I don't want to be in bed and waste all that time. So that's been really helping out. Been slowly trying to take walks in the morning as well, just to clear my mind or at least get some sort of exercise. Once the winter is going to be over, that's going to be a little different. I'll probably start running again, but I don't really feel like going to the gym this year during the winter, and I don't feel like running outside. It is the worst thing in the world for me. During the winter, I hate it. I hate it so much, and I hate it. So that's that. And then, I don't know, I've been kind of cleaning up the apartment as much as I can every single day. So instead of doing like a big cleanup every other week, kind of try and stay on top of it every single day. That definitely kind of helps. And then the planner part, waking up and doing the planner, and before going to bed doing the planner again, kind of setting some stuff ready for the next day as well, has really been helping, just keeping it consistent. I've been thinking about social media as well. That's something I'm really terrible at to begin with, and talking about this photography business that me and Vanessa are trying to put more time in and get more clients and do more work. It's been a really weird process where I've always thought to myself, hey, like we've been getting these gigs without really talking too much about the fact that we are offering our services, and in the thought of maybe one day doing more photography and less of anything else. Yeah, I don't know, just talking about it, right? Like just getting the word out there. I want people to think of me as a photographer and videographer. So just kind of positioning myself on social media as a photographer first, and just talking about our photography services more and more. We got some business cards in, so we've been trying to talk more about our projects and putting them out into the world, giving out business cards. And so far, honestly, we've had our business cards for about 2 weeks, and we've had quite a few little inquiries since then. So things are looking up, but this is definitely something that I have to keep up with. It's not something I have to, okay, cool, like settle with these gigs and then there's no gigs after that, right? Like, so I have to keep talking about these things on social media, and Vanessa's doing the same thing on her end as well. And we're also gonna try and, I don't know, deal with the whole photography thing more as like a business as well, and just get into the whole finances of that. And that, again, all comes down to daily habits, just daily budget tracking and writing everything down and having everything in the same place. So that's kind of it, honestly. I think that's it. I think this video's starting to ramble on at this point. It's kind of a longer one, but I thought I would give you guys a bit of an update on how this whole productivity thing has been going for me, and I just wanted to do this video. That's gonna be it. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed already. We post brand new videos every single Tuesday. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. As always, we will see you in the next one. Okay.